In today's video, we will discuss the applications of the machine learning, and we will move from theory to practice, that where machine learning can be applied. So, machine learning can be applied in the healthcare, agriculture, it can be applied in the animal sciences or in the animal health, in the environment, and in the finance. Okay. So, in all these areas, we can apply the machine learning from the different sort of the problems. You can see here, in the case of the healthcare, we can apply the machine learning for cancer, diabetes, and the heart disease prediction. In the agriculture side, for the crop disease or in the yield prediction. In animal health sides, we can use it for the livestock and poultry disease detection. In case of the environment, we can use that for the climate and the pollution monitoring as well. So all these are the sort of the problems you can see in the different fields where you can start your research, and you can see where machine learning can be applied. So also in the finance, we can use that for the fraud detection and the credit scoring as well. In the smart agriculture, we can use it for the sensors, drones, and the precision farming. And in case of the computer vision, we can use it for the image and video analysis. For example, you can see that uh, in a particular video, we are going to detect some sort of the patterns. We can see the criminal actions, and it learns from that video, and then some sort of the predictions we can do, that whether a person is criminal or he's not a criminal. And you can see nowadays it has been applied, the machine learning, the different devices are applied at the airports for the surveillance purposes, for the screening purposes. So for all these purposes, the machine learning can be applied. Now, in case of the healthcare and medical diagnosis, you can see we have the a lot number of examples. It can be used for the cancer detection, okay, and for from the medical images like the X-rays and the CT scans. It can be used for diabetes risk prediction from blood sugar and patient history, because the machine learning algorithm works on the data set. And if it finds the data set, and if the data set is either labeled or it is unlabeled, okay, so then it realize or predict the patterns in that data, and it produce some results in the form of the predictions. And we can also use it in the heart disease prediction from ECG and cholesterol data as well. You can see we can apply that for the heart diseases, cholesterol. Nowadays you can see there is a big problem of their diabetes and the cholesterol, and a lot of efforts and research can be done in this area. So what the researchers analyze, we analyze the x-rays, MRI scans, and the patient medical records. Okay, how it works in the healthcare: so we take the patient data, we extract the features from that patient data, we apply the machine learning model, and it diagnoses a particular patient. So early detection saves lives, while the machine learning can identify the patterns before the symptoms appear. Second category, we have the agriculture and the crop disease detection. Okay, the leaf disease detection, which analyze the leaf images to identify the fungal, bacterial, and the viral diseases. In the crop yield prediction, we can predict the harvest output from soil, weather, and historical data. And for soil quality analysis, we can see that whether a soil is fertile or it's not fertile. So we classify the soil types and nutrient levels to guide fertilization, whether it is feasible for the fertilization or it is not suitable for the fertilization. So what is the example of the research problem here? We detect the wheat rust disease using the leaf images. So we take the leaf image, we apply the CNN model, which we will cover later on, and we apply um, an example with hands-on experience here. We detect the rust, okay, and then we alert the farmer. In case of the animal health monitoring side, it can be used for the livestock disease prediction, detect the fever mastitis FMD in cows and cattle using sensor data. It can also be used for poultry disease detection to identify the Newcastle disease, avian flu from behavioral data. Also for animal behavior monitoring, use variable sensors to track movements, temperature, eating habits, and all these things. Okay, so what could be the examples of this research project could be we are using the body temperature of the cow. Let's suppose in case of prediction of mastitis diseases, body temperature, heart rate, the milk production, and the activity level, and we apply all these things to the machine learning model. Okay, and it then produces the results and predicts whether uh, the probability is high or low in case of the diseases. In the environmental monitoring, we can use the machine learning for the rainfall prediction. You can see machine learning is applied for the forecasting, weather forecasting, but there are a lot number of the platforms which are doing this job, but some are accurate, some are not accurate, some are precise, whatever. So we can make it more precise by applying the right data in the information. So we can do the rainfall prediction. The ML models trained on historical weather data, temperature, humidity, and satellite imagery can predict rainfall weeks in advance, okay, which enables the better irrigation planning. For the air pollution monitoring, we can use it for the sensor networks, which collect the PM 2.5 carbon dioxide and nitrogen levels. ML identifies the pollution sources and forecasts the air quality index. Okay, air quality index is nowadays a very emerging trend, which actually reflects that if the air quality of a particular region is good, so the chances of the survival or the prevailing of the disease, there is no prevailing of diseases, so that is a good habitat to live there. We can also there apply that for the forest, in forest for fire protection as well. Using the wind patterns, temperature, humidity, and satellite data, the machine learning predicts the high risk fire zones before the fire starts. So nowadays you can see we have a lot number of the cases which created uh, huge loss in the different forests, okay, at the Amazon, at the um, South Africa, in the America, but the forest fire was not predicted. Okay, in some of the situations, for example, like the wind patterns and the temperature and the humidity, there are chances or the probability that there will be a fire on the in the forest. But to predict it can save a lot number of the lives as well as the cost. In the financial system, we can apply that in the fraud detection, okay, which monitor the transactions 24 by 7 and flag the unusual patterns instantly and alert the customers and the block card. You can see these are also applied in the different, you can see in the iPhone or the Android phones or the ATM machines. If someone is trying to log into your systems, you automatically you get alert for that. So all these are working under the machine learning algorithms. Then we have the credit scoring as well. It analyzes the income and the debit history as well, calculate the risk score, and approve or the reject the loan. Nowadays, you can see we have the stock shares. People do investment in buying the stocks. Okay, so what is the common predictions or the recommendations for them? You will provide a particular duration, a particular asset or amount, okay, and some other factors. On the basis of that, it will predict and it will recommend you the particular platforms or the particular mutual funds or the stocks that you can buy in certain amount of time, and you don't have to buy in to avoid the buying and selling in a particular amount in a particular time. So this is actually the buying and the sharing of the stocks and prediction as well. In the smart agriculture, we can use that for automated crop monitoring. Okay, the drone fly over the fields capturing the images. The ML analyzes the images daily to detect early signs of disease, pest infestation, or water stress across the entire farm. So we are using the drone imagery, we are using the IoT sensors, it uses the weather data and then the satellite images, and we can apply that for the automated crop monitoring and the pest detection and for irrigation optimization as well. Now, in the computer vision systems, we can apply the machine learning in the computer vision area as well. So, how it works here? We provide the raw images and it extracts some features using the CNN model. Okay, that is the convolutional network model. Then it recognizes some or patterns inside that, and then it classifications or detections. It classify the images into the different types, or it detects something inside the images and it provides us the output. So in case of the plant disease detection, we analyze the leaf and the stem images to identify disease type, um, severity and the spread across a crop field in a real time. So this is actually the feature detection, and we take the image of a particular leaf, then we identify that whether there can be a disease or not, or what is the probability of the disease in the near future in this particular plant, in a particular some features, the temperature, humidity, soil, each and everything. We can also apply that to the medical imaging diagnosis as well. So detect tumors, fractures and organ abnormalities from X-rays, CT scans and MRI images with high accuracy. So nowadays this is very trending area in the medical side as well. And for the object detection as well, we identify and locate multiple objects in an image simultaneously, which is used in autonomous vehicles, security and robotics. You can see we are using the self-driving cars. So that is actually an agent and it reacts with the environment, okay, and it acts according to the external features. So all these are the examples and applications where the ML can be used. Now, finally, why machine learning is important for research. Okay, nowadays we can see that we are applying artificial intelligence and machine learning for research each and everywhere. So you can see detects hidden patterns. Machine learning algorithms can detect the hidden patterns. It finds the correlations in large data sets, which is invisible to human analysis. We can't, human beings are not able to analyze the patterns in huge amount of data, and that we call it as the big data. Okay, we can analyze, for example, up to 100 records, 200 records, but if we have the 5,000 records or the 10,000 records or 1 million records, then the human beings are failed there. Then we automate the decision making process as well, processes thousands of the cases per second without human intervention as well. So it can be used in the judiciary as well, where there are millions and the billions of the cases, and according to or the nature of the case, we can take the advantage from that large amount of the data. It also improves the prediction accuracy as well, outperforms traditional statistical methods on the complex data, and it also supports the real-time analysis, delivers instant predictions from live sensors and the streaming data as well. So if we take the example that a veterinarian may miss early disease symptoms, but ML can detect patterns from thousands of the past cases, which catching diseases before it becomes visible. So we have discussed a lot number of the areas where machine learning can be used, and we can apply for the different problems here, and we can also apply that to more accurate predictions, for more accurate precision of the decisions. So we can either, then we have to compare our model with the already existing models, that how our model is much more accurate, precise as compared to the previous models. Thank you.